It's time for more farm fun. I've got some broken glass here, and I'm chucking on the burn pile. Got some cattle out there, and Dad is going to try to crank start this old Alice Chalmers B. This is a B, right?
I think it's a B. They're both B's.
It's had some work done to it. Had some transmission trouble. And then we put a mowing guard on it to help keep dust out of the radiator. And we're moving it out to the other farm because this barn is about to fall down. As you can see, there's a lot of structural rot. You got your choke on and everything?
Yes, I think so.
Well, if you get one out, you let me do that.
Well, I gotta get it.
You want to pull start it? I've got the tow rope.
Well, I sure don't want to do this all day. I'm not gonna do this all day. I don't know why it's not firing.
Here, put that copper frail back on there.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to go get the tow rope after I unhook. I'm going to back the trailer farther down in, and then I'll get the tow rope and I'll pull you out. For the younger generation, myself included, I'm going to show you why we just learned why electronic ignitions were invented. Because everybody in the world got tired of crank starting their vehicles. So I've got the tow rope, and while he pushes the tractor out to get it in a more open space, I'm going to hook onto the frame down there. I'm going to hook onto the frame, pull the tractor back, and then we're going to hook onto the front axle and just go in circles around the barn lot while he occasionally dumps the clutch and tries to get it going. We have the tractor hooked up to the truck, and we're going to get ready to pull it out of the barn so we can, here's a glove, so we can pull it around the barn lot. When you're doing something like this, always keep safety and caution firsthand in your mind, because the last thing you want to have happen to anybody is for them to get hurt or run over by a piece of farm equipment. I've had it happen to me. I got hurt by a piece of farm equipment a couple years back, and I gotta tell you firsthand, it is no fun. You ready? So now I'm gonna put the truck in drive. I can pick the right gear. I'm gonna slowly pull him out of the shed. I'm going to pull him out into the barn lot here, providing he doesn't crash into the reline or something, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, now I'm going to get out, hoping he doesn't rear end my truck. You stay there, and we're going to unhook the tow rope on the back end of the tractor. And then we're going to take it to the front of the tractor. Providing I can do this with one hand.
I'll do it.
It's always nice to have a helper. So when you hook up the tow rope to the front of the tractor, if you can keep hold of it for longer than 5 seconds, you want to hook to a strong part. And the only strong part on the front of this tractor is the axle here. So tuck it through there, pull it around, get our other end, slip it through the loop, and then cinch it tight. So we don't want much slack when we're doing this, because slack results in jerking of the tractor occupant. So now I'm going to get the truck turned around and hook up. So once we're all hooked up and he gets on top of the tractor and seated, I have now enough room to turn around in the barn lot. You holler when you're ready.
Anytime.
Okay, here goes nothing. This is where I drop it in gear and do a one-wheel peel. Okay, tow rope's taut. Now gently gonna pull him around the barn lot in big circles. And hope I can make this turn, which it doesn't look like I can. I'm gonna have to back up to make the turn. That's the only bad thing about a full-size truck. Now I can... Okay, now I can make the turn. Hopefully I didn't run over my tow rope. Okay. Here we go again. There we go. So much easier than cranking that thing. Fire it right up. Excellent. Look right at home on top of that tractor.
The switch goes down.
Down? I swear I thought it went up. Well, he says down, so we're gonna fix that. So now I'm gonna get hooked up to the trailer, and then we're gonna put that thing on the trailer and go over to the farm. So we got ye old Alice Chalmers going, and now I've got the trailer hooked up, so I'm gonna drop her in gear. Looks like somebody had a little fun there. And I'm gonna pull forward in front of the Alice Chalmers tractor, and we're gonna load her up on the trailer. Maybe break some boards and some metal in the process if we're lucky. Because the boards on my 16-foot trailer need to be replaced, and I have just the idea on how to do it. So I'm going to back up a little bit, keeping it straight, and he's going to figure out how the best way is to get on the trailer. Ouch! That sounded painful. Better get out of the way before he runs me over. Pop that clutch. There you go. Whoa! Well, he's hot enough for my transmission. Dang. When carrying something this heavy, it is always important to secure it on the trailer. So I'm going to use a couple of these. Oh, that's a mess. And he put it in second gear in the transmission so it won't go back and forth. So that's one strap down. Have I got another one? Oh, look at that. I've got another one. I need to clean that I need to clean this box out too. It gets water when it rains, and that is truly a nasty thing. Ick, ick, ick. Okay, there's that monster. Let's go rinse this off into the spigot so I don't have to deal with all that junk. T-D-D-D-D-D-D-D-D-D. That's going to be much better. Only cause it to rust out faster. Got At least it'll rust cleanly. And I'm tangled. Get off there. Okay. So now let's go back to our fabulous trailer and strap our tractor in for the long ride. 12 mile at least. Okay, one on the front, one on the back. So once everything's tied down, you want to come along and check your straps, make sure they're plenty tight. How much weight do you think that tractor weighs?
I don't know, honey. Why?
I was just curious.
I would say 1,500 maybe.
Okay.
I really don't know.
We're going to wait for the oncoming cars, and then we're going to pull out on the highway. Here goes nothing. I can feel that thing behind the truck. Well, the old truck's down in the back. Must have too much junk in the trunk. Not there, but here. About 1,500 pounds of it. And after a tug, and then I get out of the way.
Well, you get out of the way first.
Because once it gets going, it's not going to stop. Easy as pie. As long as you don't get run over. How do you want to start it?
I'm going to start it here in a minute.
That's awfully loose.
Yeah, it sure is. And I don't know why. I guess not to worry about it too much, but
Well,
one would think that it ought to be a little better than that, wouldn't one?
keep an eye on it if it falls off.
Okay, now where are we going to park this old boy at?
Well, I think for the time being, we might as well just park it over there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if she'll crank start now. It's more likely to cut you than help you. Piece of copper that our friend put over the crank handle so it'd have something to pivot on. I should hasten to point out that if you don't do this right and the tractor backfires, you can actually break your arm. But I don't know if you can, well, this tractor doesn't have it. But the WD that we have has a spring-loaded mechanism in there that you have to push in. And that's designed to help prevent your arm being broken if the engine backfires. Almost. You can see why we pull started it earlier. He's victorious! Now watch it die. I'm going to drive it over the truck. You're going to put some gasoline in it. Okay. So, what do you want me to park it? See if I know how to drive one of these things. Switch gear. Watch out. Oh. I didn't do it. I'll crank it.
No, you won't.
Okay.
You hold the copper, the copper sleeve.
I've cranked this thing before.
That I can do without.
That's better. Well, for the time being, this tractor's gonna rest right here until we get a place in the barn, clear it out, to store the tractor. As in the current situation, oh God, we don't have any room in here because we've got its cousin, and then we have a big old car trailer in the back there that we'll have to move, and some useless box-old weed cutters. Which comes first? The oil cap coming off, the engine running out of oil? That depends if we can get the oil cap off or not. I'll be right back. Time to go find a suitable pry bar / weapon to get that oil cap off. Let's see what I have in my box of goodies over here. Nothing too promising. A lot of water. And we'll try the screwdriver and see if that'll do it. I still need to clean that box out. But you know what they say. What?
Cap comes off first.
He beat me to it. How low is it?
It needs, I'd say, half a quart.
Yep. Okay. We use nothing but the finest. Stuff cost me, I don't know how much. Might as well just put the whole bottle in, because by the time you're done mowing, you won't need another pint. Okay, see if she'll fire for you. She fired up for me on the first try. You might have to choke it a little bit. Almost. Idiot. Almost. It's got water. Oops.
Okay. Okay, I think we probably better choke it.
Give it some more gas. That's better. Like a champ. While he's over there trying to get stuck in a ditch, I have the easy job. I'm just going to sit in the big round piece of junk and relax and watch him mow. Because that tractor almost has a broken belt. And believe it or not, I forgot my keys to the farm-all. Not that I bet that it wouldn't start anyway, however. Don't know if y'all can see him down yonder there, but he's chugging away like a champ. Once that tractor gets running, it runs like a sewing machine. I didn't find any more toads, but look what I did find. I found some winter onions that are coming up from last winter, last fall actually. Granddad and I came out and planted, I don't know, 2 or 3 rows of them, of the little guys. Some in that plot too, I think. And then they grew over the winter, dormant or whatever. I don't know what winter onions all do during the winter. I know what I do during the winter. I sleep, at least try to. But yeah, now that these guys are coming up, we've picked some and they're pretty good. See, looks like I forgot a piece of mulberry branch when I was out here last week doing a whole lot of brush work. This is a good enough piece that we're going to use it for firewood on the old truck. Well, not on the old truck. We're not going to burn down my big round piece of junk. But we do have a wood stove, a wood-burning stove, oven thing in our house. So that'll get saved for firewood. You don't see much of that anymore. Printed in the United States, made in the USA. Anyway, since this tractor's going to sit outside for a little bit, well, I don't know if it's going to be a little bit or a long bit, until we can figure out some way to get this monstrosity out of the barn, shed, garage, whatever you want to call it. I went to the back of the truck and I got an old Armor All container that was empty, and I made sure the muffler wasn't hot first because I don't want to melt my rain protector. But that bucket, well, the Armor All thing, is going to serve to keep the rainwater and all that other crap out of the engine. So when we come out here again to start it, we don't have to yank it up and down the highway like we did the last time with the other Alice Chalmers to get all the water and crap out of the engine, because that one sat outside for a couple months during the wintertime.